Hey guys, it's Kay. Today I got a freebie for you. If you saw my other video, you know that I am quitting, pretty much downsizing everything that I have. So I'm actually going to go ahead and give away lots of stuff that I have. So in today's video I'm actually featuring giving away freebie in the form of email swipes. So here's why I'm doing this today. I actually got an email from someone who saw my previous video that I was quitting and giving away all my stuff. They reached out to me and say, "Hey Kay, you know what I got? Get response. I'm wondering if you could give me some email swipes for what I have." So Terrence, if you're actually out there listening to this video was made for you, well, with you in mind, that I'd love to give you these email swipes. So I figured I'll do it for the entire group who might be interested in actually getting email swipes. So if you have get response, and actually it doesn't even matter because the way this is going to be delivered, you could use these email swipes in anything. You could copy it to a different autoresponder and have them. But I'm going to show you some different things with the different services that I have or you might have to actually incorporate them into your email series or any particular tools that you're using. So stick with me till the end and I'll show you some tips on how to kind of navigate these things in some of these portals that you might have, being GetResponse, the Conversion Pros, and also the Power Lead system. So here's what you're going to be getting. I'm going to actually show you the swipe files. So this is a copy of the swipe files you'll be getting. And you can see it's quite a lot of them. I'm going to highlight them. So I'm going to choose all of them and act like I'm going to move it. You can see that's over 1,000 email swipes. Now here's the thing. I didn't even go through them and edit them or copy and deleted some of them. You're getting my entire email swipe copy file to use as you wish. So I'm not even caring you see what I promoted in the past, what I've done, how I've written things. They're just free for you to use. Like I mentioned, I'm actually downsizing, getting rid of a lot of stuff, and I won't be needing all the stuff I have. So if it could be of benefit to you, have at it. So here's how to get that. So at the end of the video, and actually not at the end of the video, you can stop the video now, go to down the description box, and you can find the link to this in the description box. So the link to actually get this is going to be in the description box. And you're going to be getting a list of all these emails. Pretty much all you're going to do is click on them. I'm actually going to open one of them up. Okay, let's see here. All right, so this is when I clicked on it, it opened in this window. So you could see the email here. That's the email swipe. Let's go take a peek at another one to make sure that this is loading very well. Okay, and this is another one. You can see it's a different email. And let's do one more, get the flavor out of it. Okay, perfect. It's a different one. So they're all loading up pretty much. When you get the file, you'll just click on them, copy these emails, check them out, see if it's a fit for you, change out what you want to change out in terms of your opportunity, your service, your product, whatever it might be, and put them in your email series or use them as ad templates or use them as script. Use them to so you can use them in your emails, use them as ad templates, or even giveaways if I have anything in my emails that could be used as a giveaway or a bonus to people who you're looking to partner with. So that's the series. Now to get them, what I'm actually going to do is put them on this page. I'm going to put it on a page so it's easy to download. So you're going to come to this page. The link is going to be in the description box. And it's going to say new July 26, and it's going to say download. And this way you could have a clickable link to actually download it. Now here's the thing. If you're watching this video, you definitely want to act on it. Because if you're seeing this, you're interested in getting this, do not save this page and think maybe in a couple of days, whatever it might be, it might still be up and you could download it. Literally go here and download it and save it on your own drive so you could have it somewhere else other than these pages. Because like I mentioned before, I'm actually downsizing my business online and I'll be getting rid of a lot of stuff and this page might not be up. So if you're interested in anything that I'm sending out, that I'm giving away, you want to copy it, use it, download it so you can keep it on your own computer, because once I get rid of these pages, you will not have access to this. So the link is in the description box for this page. You go here and download this. Now this is a freebie page that I give away a lot of stuff, and it was just easier to duplicate the page and put the download link on it, so you could actually go here, download. Pretty much you have access to any of these stuff that's going to be on the page, but keep in mind if they're not available, I'm sorry, they're just not available, and I don't have time to actually go back and delete things. So if they're still available, snatch them up. If they're not available, they're just not available anymore. But for as today, this video, this download link is going to be the download link for all my email swipes that you're seeing here. All these email swipes you're seeing here, all over 1,000 of those. Okay, so that's what you're going to be getting free in this video. The other thing I want to show you is how you could incorporate them into your email series. Now, the person who responded and asked me for this, Terrence, so this is definitely in reference to you again, mentioned they were interested in this email series, and that's why this video is created, to give this away so I could show everyone else who might be interested in some of this. So he had GetResponse, and GetResponse usually in the past, I'm going to go to GetResponse here, would allow me to give you a code that you could put in one of these boxes and it just copies my messages. So typically how that would have worked, and I talked with GetResponse, I actually emailed GetResponse, and they mentioned they've changed the process of how they did do this, and so that's why I wasn't able to actually just give people a code to copy it in GetResponse. But here's the thing with that. What you want to do is, if you have GetResponse, is go through, look at all these messages, right? You look at all these messages, you're going to copy them based on what you're interested and paste them in your GetResponse autoresponder. So you're going to create your own email. So you're going to create your own list, and once you create your own list, you're going to add autoresponder messages to your list based on what you want from my email swipe. But in the future, right, if you create, if you want to put all the emails in a list, in just a dummy list, so create like a swipe file list in GetResponse, you could put all my messages in there. And then when it comes time, what you can do is you could actually go pick out the messages you want to include in any other emails. So pretty much here's how you would flow that. You go to GetResponse, you'd go into list. And so in list, what you do is you create a new list. So you create a new list and you put the KW swipe. All right, so you say say KW swipe files. Okay. KW swipe files. All right, so I created a list. So now after you create the list, what you want to do is go to the menu tab here, and under the menu tab, you want to put email marketing. So under email marketing, what you would do is actually come over here and hit preload messages. All right, so under email marketing, we're just created a list. We had KW swipe. Choose list. We'll do KW. All right, so I found that listed. So the one we just created was KW swipes. So it's actually at the very bottom here. So if I put KW swipes, you'll see that there's no emails in there, right? So you could create a dummy list, just like we just created, and actually load all the messages in there. And then you'll have all the messages. And then once you have those messages in there, you can create another email. Let's say your preferred email that you want to use, and the email is going to be about whatever program you're promoting, and that's your list lead. So that list lead, what you do is you actually pick it from this drop down menu here. So this would be, you know what, we're going to do KW swipes. All right. I'm going to do something just to show you what it is. All right. So that was something real quick I did because I want to demonstrate to you how you could actually use that. So remember we created KW swipes. All right. So now you could go ahead and create a new email list, right? You've copied all my message into your guest response. You have them in there. You want a list that you want to promote to, and you want to put some of my messages in that list. What you could actually do is go, like I mentioned, to the email marketing button, hit preload messages, and then this will come up. And then under source list, what you'd put is actually KW swipes. KW. So that list is all the way at the bottom, probably, or at the top. KW swipes. So this is where you're going to take all, because you created a dummy list, right? Just a template list that you put all my messages just to save them. You didn't edit them or anything. You just saved them all in there. But now that you have a list that you want to send these messages out, or you want to create an email series, you're like, okay, now I want to pick and choose what I want to send to my list. So what you'll do is just follow the procedure I just showed you, get the source list, pick the dummy file that you created with all my emails in it. And in your new list, let's say your new list was, I'm going to pick a list here, PC 900 days. Let's say that's what you called your new list. And let's say in your list that you're promoting to people, you already have some emails in there, but you don't really want to use them. And you say, you know what, I'm going to get rid of them. You're going to get rid of your old messages. And it's like, okay, now I'm going to try and use some of K's swipe. So your list that you already have that you're like, okay, I could use some of K's swipe. All you got to do is put the list that you already put all my swipes in, and then put the email list that you want my messages to go to. And then all you got to do is hit the copy all, or pick and choose which one you want. Pick and choose which one you want, and just hit copy. And what happened is all the messages you picked now just went over on this side. And if you decide, you know what, I don't want something, you could actually just click on it and it will disappear. See, they disappear. So this is an easy way to kind of, you know what, create new lists and get response and be able to use my messages interchangeable, so you don't have to copy and paste them all the time into get response. You could just copy and paste my message into one file, and then that file will, serve as the main default swipe file, that when you're creating your new list and get response, you could use these messages by using the preload messages, using that swipe file and just copying the messages to the list. And then once you go back to the list, you could then edit the messages accordingly, or copy, put it in however you want, or delete whatever message that you don't want. So this is not a tutorial on how to use get response or anything like that, but just wanted to show you this, just in case you do have get response like Terrence does, who's going to be using this these swipe files because he showed an interest in. So I know for sure he's going to, probably want to use these in his get response. So that's why I spent a little bit of time on this. But now if you stick with me, I'm going to go over to the Conversion Pros and show you how you could use it in the Conversion Pros as well. Now, it's the same concept as get response. What I would suggest you do is go to the Conversion Pros. And when you go to the Conversion Pros, you're going to be seeing this main page here, right? So when you get in the Conversion Pros, this is the page you're first seeing. But you want to go to the autoresponder button on the side here. You'll hit it. It will take you to the autoresponder series. Now, typically in the autoresponder series, you could, if I give you a share code for this, you could actually use it. So if I give you a share code, say like of one of these email series that I have, you could just copy it, copy that share code, and literally go and say, create a new campaign and put that share code here, and it will copy all the messages. But since you're going to be using my share code from GetResponse, or my email swipes from GetResponse, what you're going to have to do is actually copy all the emails that you want and put it in a new swipe file on, let's say, the Conversion Pro. So you could create a new campaign and call them, KW swipe copy. Hit the Save Now button and actually literally copy and paste the messages in each, that you want to save as a swipe for yourself in the Conversion Pros. Now, once you have that swipe copy, you create a new email list, you have that swipe file. You could go back. Actually, let's do it. We'll call this KW swipe file. Okay. And you'd save it, and it says successfully saved. And you'd actually create messages. You hit create messages and literally, go to these links and copy and paste my messages in there. So you create a new message, copy and paste my messages in there, save it, and that'd be fine. Now, all you'd have to do when you're ready to create a new series, or if you already have an email series that you want my messages put in, you just copy that share code by it. You just hit that button to copy the share code and literally go use the share code in these, whatever list you have. So let's say I wanted to use it in this lead. I would just go view, and you could do campaign details or something to that effect. And there's a spot usually that says you could use a share code. So all campaigns, and you could tell I don't use this as much as I do get response, because I actually use get response a lot more, and it's a lot easier for me to navigate. But the thing is, I believe tools should be easy, that you could figure it out pretty relatively easy. So that's what I love about the Conversion Pros. It's pretty simple that you could just click on buttons and get to the point that you need to. But simple thing, you got an email campaign, you want to use the share code that you created from the email swipe, just go ahead and copy it and paste it there, create a new list, and then once you hit save, all the messages in that new swipe file you created, it's going to show up in your new email series. And then you could delete whatever ones you don't want. So that's the easy way. So not to make this video too long, I'm going to go over the Power Lead system, because I was mentioning to you that I'm quitting in a sense because I have 3 different marketing tool suites that, I'm going and using in between. So if you have either of these, I'm pretty much giving you a highlight of how you could actually use it in each system. So of course you're going to see this page. This is where you go download those pages that gives you the email swipes. But on the Conversion Pros, we're going to take a peek at that. So that's one of the email messages. We'll just close these tabs here. With the Power Lead system, is a little different in terms of really putting these things all in. I think, and I mentioned before in my previous video, that I think the Power Lead system is a little more trickier to use. I do believe it's a robust marketing tool, but it does take a learning curve to use it. And that's why I've kind of gravitated away from using the Power Lead system as heavily versus using the Conversion Pros and my Get Response more heavily in terms of my marketing. But I still have the Power Lead system because they make some very fantastic pages. So the page you're looking at right here was a page that was actually built using the Power Lead system. So that's why ultimately I had all these systems, because different ones did different things for me. So with the Power Lead system, we're talking about, really using my email swipes. You could come here, do the same thing, copy these email swipe messages, click on the link, open it, copy the swipe messages. And then after you copy the swipe message, you're going to put it under email. So you're going to put it on email. You're going to add a campaign. So you're going to pretty much create a new campaign. Create it whatever you want. Case, email swipes, and then literally copy and paste the email swipes into this swipe file that you have. Now, the other process that I showed you, where you could copy and paste things in your get response, you can move my swipe files over to different email series that you create, or using the share code in the Conversion Pros to copy the swipe files after you place them in there. It's a little different in the Power Lead system, in that, you know what, it's a little much more trickier to figure out how to, after you create just a KW or K's swipe files, how to transfer those files between each other in your Conversion Pros without copying and pasting, or if someone gives you a share code, or if you want to give someone a share code, how to actually do that. But that is something you can literally do with the Conversion Pros. But pretty much what you do is you'd add a campaign, and let's see, we'll do one here. We'll create this campaign, and we'll choose a campaign to copy. So if you put my email swipes in the Power Lead system, then you could copy those email swipes into the file that you really want to send messages out, to your prospects that be opted into that list. And then you could delete things that you don't want, and edit things and change it out and save it, or modify things however you want. So this is 3 ways to do this whole email swipe thing. So hopefully this was kind of comprehensive enough that you got enough information that you needed to plug them into either of these systems if you have. Because I definitely wanted you to have the email swipes that you could use in any systems that you have, whether it be the Power Lead system, the Conversion Pros, Get Response, or even if you have a different autoresponder or a different system that you're using, then you could definitely get the benefit of getting my email swipes. So that was it for now. The link to the page to download those swipes is actually going to be in the description box. So that's all you need for now. So just to recap, if you need any thing else that I have, you think you might be in need of anything else that I have, definitely put it in the description box. Send me some information, connect with me, send me an email, send me a text or something that kind of alerts me that you're looking for something in particular. And what I'll do is I'll go searching for it, or if I come across it, I'll definitely send it to you. And I'm really shooting to make videos about it so I could document what it is. So if someone else have a need for it, I can say, hey, go check that video out. The link is in the description box for you to actually receive that. So to wrap this up, I'm gonna thank Terrence for bringing this up, that he was interested in email swipes. And because of that, Terrence actually, shared with me something that I'm going to pass along to folks as well. He shared with me a system called Level Up. We're going to do it here. Level Up, it's called. And it seemed like a pretty neat system, so I'm going to put information down below in the description box of Terrence's link to this product here, that if you're interested in working with Terrence or have an interest in this, you could definitely reach out to Terrence, or check out his site here. So if you have an interest in these marketing tools, because this is what it is all about, marketing tools that you could use, you could definitely check it out on Terrence's behalf and get in contact with him, or partner with him. So just to recap, you'll find all this detail here to download my email swipes on the page. In addition, in the link below, description box, you'll find information about Terrence's marketing system that he actually happened to share with me, and had no idea that I was going to feature it in this video. But as a courtesy and as thank you to Terrence, just wanted to mention that because I saw what he did with Level Up, and I think it's a pretty neat tools that he's offering for marketers. And if you're in the business of marketing online, it might be something you might be interested in. So bye for now. I'll see you in the next video when I feature something else that I'm giving away as a freebie.